Hello, my name is Moses Ross, visual artist, and I'm here today to present the catalog for my solo show at the Goldwyn Gallery, titled Joyfully Present in Our Dual Cultures. In Spanish, it's Disfrutando en Nuestras Dos Culturas, located at the Goldwyn Gallery in the Hebrew Tabernacle in Washington Heights. Okay, so on the catalog cover here, we have my name and this artwork called Mi Alma, which is hands on butterflies with the words "Yo soy el capitán de mi alma." I am the captain of my soul, and so to portray what this exhibit is partly about. And the title is called Joyfully Present in Our Dual Cultures, about the Dominican culture and, of course, the New York culture, coexisting together and intermingling and, creating this new atmosphere of harmony. The curator who came up with this, her name is Regina Gratis. And, you can see the Goldwyn Gallery, and then there's also poems by Eldri Castillo in this exhibition. So as I open the cover, and the inside is one of two poems that she has in the exhibition. It's called Cultures. And the first line is set of dreams to explore our two worlds. So that's sort of like the tone for the exhibition. On the facing page is the title page with my name, and it has the information of the people involved and the address. It's at the Hebrew Tabernacle space, the Goldwyn Gallery. So it's in Fort Washington Avenue, up on 185th Street and Washington Heights. Then the following page has the artist statement, and then it has the contact information for the curator, the artist, and the poet. The first image is called Pelotero Great Catch. It's a colorful silk screen of a baseball player catching a ball. He's doing a diving catch, and it has to do with the love of baseball by Dominicans. So you can really see, and it's sort of breaking outside of the envelope, breaking the envelope of that frame there. And this piece that I have here, it's called Honoring My Grandparents, and it's a personal history of when the parents were from the Dominican Republic, went through some serious political stuff there, and this tells the story of living under tyranny, that they were not able to live there anymore, and they moved to New York City, and that's how that whole family living in New York started with that story there. Seems to be not a never-ending story of migration for people. This piece is called Dominicanidad, and it's has to do with the vibrant culture of Dominicans in New York. So here you have the Empire State Building sitting on like this giant plátano with these little buildings on top of it, and then out of this grows a figure, and then with the cloud in the shape of the Dominican Republic sort of coming down, and then these sparks fly. Hoy imperativo cultural, like the cultural imperative that we have to follow. And this is all painted, superimposed over a map of a section of Washington Heights. Right and left, or izquierda y derecho, is of a two-headed figure dancing on a bridge. Sort of, indecisive, that feeling of, wanting to be back in the homeland, but also wanting to be in the new adopted land. So it's like this sort of indecision or dual desire of wanting to be in these two places. And then so this creates like this dance. And this is an etching with Shin Collet. The next piece is called Periqui, and it has to do with the mixing of American culture and Dominican culture. Here you see the figure. This is a woodcut that's been hand colored, and then he has like a cell phone in one hand and a drum in the other. Sort of like these dual things. One is he has a boot on one foot, but then he has a shoe on the other. He's wearing a straw hat, but he's also wearing a tie. So it's like this duality of these two cultures coexisting together, intermingling. Then the next one is called Dominio Centurio, which is a domino piece with these figures in it. And, there's like a high rise on one side and the palm tree with the other. And it also is talking about that duality of the two cultures, living together, coexisting. And this was part of the DYPG group that I'm in called Dominican York Proyecto Gráfica, and I had done this piece. It was 12 members, and I created this to talk about that within the group. Then Sueños de Puerto Plata is based on the Dominican flag, and but I use different colors, and this is a woodcut as well, and it has a heart in the middle instead of the emblem. Then a palm tree with a figure, and a little country house. Some beer bottles there, a chicken with eggs. Sort of that. Dreaming of being back home on the island. Another one that's a pair to Periqui is called Merengosa, and it's also woodcut. It has the mono print roll on it, and she's also wearing like a baseball cap, but a handkerchief on her head. She's got blue jeans, but also a skirt, a sneaker, but also like a sandal, a radio, but then also a guira, like instrument from the Caribbean. So it's again the dual coexistence of the two cultures living together. Then I have details of some of my mobiles that I've done, and these are linoleum prints. This one's called Taino Vivo, and it's about the native inhabitants of the island of Española, and bringing their spirit back alive. So there would be two of these on a stick, and then they would be moving in the breeze of the space. And then this one's called Angels, which has a meaning which is about persevering, where it has the body of an animal, and then from that perseverance comes freedom, and that's what the wings represent. So there's a male and a female figure. And this also has some chincole on these pieces. Provincia 32, Nueva York, Dominican Republic, is talking about the many Dominicans in New York. So there's so many that they're the second largest population after the capital, Santo Domingo, the Dominican Republic. So I made it into a province of the Dominican Republic. That's why Provincia 32, Nueva York, República Dominicana. Música NYC is about celebrating music, Latin music here in New York, Dominican music, merengue, bachata, you name it. This is, to give that party spirit and happy feeling to being in New York and playing music. And then the last piece is called Pie, and it's sort of like the Pac-Man figure with this big tongue sticking out. Pac-Man just gobbles up everything. And on top of that, there's a head with like shooting out fire. So the way this is done, it's a printed sculpture where I print it, then I cut it out, and I make it into a three-dimensional object. And it has to do about consumerism that we have. So that is so part of the culture too. We just can't stop consuming and just keep on going. And then the next poem by Eldridge Castillo is called "Joyfully Present in Our Dual Cultures." And then this is about, the exhibition. So the city is a transparent sphere of dreams, desires, and more. And it goes on from there. And yeah, these are some beautiful poems. So then here they are. They're translated into Spanish. Okay. And then finally, there's a statement by the curator, Regina Gratis, and then about the show and her ideas about what this is all about. So this is the catalog for that exhibition, Joyfully Present in Our Cultures. I hope you enjoyed my little presentation. Thank you.